Hey guys, Colbert here. Welcome back to another Racial Aliens video. So today I wanted to do like a different one because I was reading a post from somebody on Discord, and he was explaining on how different Plarium feels, and this is how I feel also. Like, it has been a different Plarium that we got used to the past 6 or more months, and I've written down a little bit of things that I see them doing on purpose, and I think it's more on just hunting down the players who were just saving up everything and just saving their shards and trying to being proactive and not spending, being really free to play with the game. So what this brings us is, with all of the evolution that Plarium has done since I started noticing it, okay? It's not that we have, let me show you what I mean. Just make it easier. It's not that we have the daily login shards removed. That was a long time ago, not just 6 months, a long time ago. We used to have a sacred shards here. Just for anybody who doesn't know, we used to have a sacred shard here right at the bottom of the end of the month. Once you reach the 271 plus days, every month you would get one sacred shard guaranteed. Right now, the only sacred shards that you get guaranteed are from your monthly quests, which sit right here once a month. This has never changed. And the guaranteed I'm talking always is the Doom Tower guaranteed sacred shards that you get. I think it's two of them, from one on 120 and one on stage 100, if I'm remembering exactly. Everything else in terms of guaranteed, there's nothing guaranteed. There's one-time rewards that players get from challenges and their missions all the way to Romantu, but those are not repeatable, so that makes sense. And also the clan v clan, you gotta win the personal clan v clan on the tier 6 to get sacred shards, so I don't count those as at all. So removing the daily logins, big issue, because that basically stops us from being able to hoard a little bit of resources for when the good fusions come. All right, the good fusions, a very good example is this one. We had very bad fusions in a row that forced many people for the first time to ever not do a fusion. And this time is the only time since a long time now that I've decided to go for a champion, right? I have my level 40s here, and I'll slowly get the fusions done, and I'll get Ganesha because I think he's a very solid champion to have for future content because of his very unique bomb mechanics and unremovable poisons, okay? So we have all these bad fusions, right? This started with this guy right here, Lonatharo, which felt not as special at all. Comparing it to, let's say, Ignisha, who is like the fusion for Christmas, all right? Not special at all. We had a couple of more which felt very, very average, okay? We had Marinix, felt average. I mean, it was solid if you managed to get it, but going all the way for it didn't feel right. Mori game, the same thing. It's like something was missing out of these champions, and players who felt like, oh, I gotta get this fusion done every month. It wasn't anymore, right? And then we started having a constant event. They're just shoving all those events to our face, okay? We would have the 10x during CVCs. Always, it wasn't a one-time thing anymore. We would have always 10x events on the CVCs. That meant for players who want to open chart, they would open them and get, easy points for their clan. We would have the 1+1s or the guaranteed ones on weekdays where we don't have the CVC. Every weekend we either have a 10x or a 2x going on for any of the shards, okay? During the 10x's, we have all of the shards offered, different champions for each and different theme each time. And then on the 2x's, sometimes we get those special 2x events. And those usually come after they're trying to drain us from shards. And they did that when they had the guaranteed Aelil, all right? That useless champion from the Sylvan Watchers. Aelil, very, very bad for what he could have been doing. He could have been better, all right? And players spent 110 voids to get him. I only pulled 10 because of the, what was the 10x during Aelil's guaranteed? I can't even remember, but I just pulled the 10 voids I had. I didn't get anything. I'm sitting at 7 since then. And this weekend is they're trying to get you to spend again with this new champion being offered. Girgid is what Alil was supposed to be, but instead of fixing Alil, they introduce a new champion in the rotation who does it right. Right? It makes no sense, but it makes sense in terms of making money and making people spend. So because people will be spending for this one, and it's another reason why they seem to be greedier than before. It's not like I don't understand it. Like if I had a company, I'll try to get profit as much as I can, but then you force people into situations where they decide, I'll just quit the game. It doesn't make sense anymore. It's just draining. It's all about draining money from you, and it's not at all about providing something for me to use my champions with. They mentioned that, in 2023 we're gonna have the PvP, the year of PvP, right? It was supposed to be 2022, so maybe this guy will be useful. But the way that the events are made, it's not like other games where there is a banner for summoning, right? Other games have a banner for summoning, so you keep on summoning, and if you don't manage to get it on the first try, the second try will be a guaranteed summoning of that specific champion. That allows players to actually get him even if they are completely unlucky. And this even helps with dupes. So games which have dupe champions available, they're able to do what we have as empowerment of champions. They are able to do that for their games, and I've went through that in multiple games. So it's a different approach that Plarium is taking. I'm not sure why they went so much. Is there a change in leadership? Is this what they want the game to be? Like an organized chaos of things shoved to players' faces so that they end up with, like I am right now, because I honestly felt, I was willing to open up my shards, but I wasn't willing to spend. It's a little bit different. I wasn't willing to spend. And like if you see my offers right here, I'm going down here with the $14.99. This is gonna drop soon enough. The daily gem pack, I'm probably gonna buy this because this is good value, but overall I'm staying very conservative with my spending after the Black Friday weekend, which I bought very minimal amount of packs. The packs weren't great value, so there must have been some change in leadership for Plarium. They decided, okay, we need to step it up, get more profits, get to our profits that we had before. Who knows what they're gonna do next? If they're gonna make fusions even harder than they are right now. We had the fusion for Gnishek, which felt very weird because it was the first time they didn't have a, let me show you, had it on paint. They never had a fusion without a summoning tournament. All right, because those were the easier ones for people to do. I would also save up all my fragments right here, or at least a couple, and that was easy points. People would be saving their arbiters. I saw people even saving their, Ramantu, saving their daily login champions, not logging in, trying to do the best they can so they don't get those points until the time comes, so they can actually get the fusion without spending. I mean, it makes sense in terms of being prepared. It makes sense to allow people to do that. Like, I don't know why they went so far into making this fusion so hard. So they made it so that we can only do the summon rush, which is the more expensive version. It's about the quality of shards that you open, not what you get. And the saved up fragments don't count. Okay, so fusions don't count, so nothing counts. So it's summon rush is all about the shards that you open and the quantity of shards. I couldn't get the epic, so the red marks here is the rares that I'm getting, just to make sure that I'm not missing anyone. Because if you miss one of the champions, you're done. You're done. You lose out on the fusion. So it's very extreme, and it doesn't allow anything, even on these days right here. These 3-4 days, 23rd to the 26th, these are Christmas days. All right, it's like me going over to Plarium and saying, oh, the first week of January, I want you to be working double the time. So if you guys don't know, the first week of January is the Christmas time for Ukrainians and Russians. Okay, they celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like I'm saying, oh, you're gonna work extra time during those days. No, they're not. Actually, they'll be away, and we'll probably have news about the game after the 10th of January. So they need to be more understanding and more willing. We don't know if we're gonna get anything special like other years here, like maybe a Christmas free pack, like a Sacred Shard or something. They did it in the past. Who knows this year? So is this the organized chaos? The organized chaos Plarium wants to bring into the game that players have zero energy, they save up zero of the gems, and it's all about the packs and just buying all the packs that are available, just constantly offering those chain offers, personal pack builders, privilege pack, which are only available on Plarium Play, and these are so bad in terms of value. We have contender packs, which these are for CVCs. I mean, where are they going? Not sure. Not sure. What I'm saying is, in the end of the day, do what you want to do with the game. I am going to do what I want to do. I think I'm going to stop recommending those 10x events and making videos on those. Those are easy videos to do, easy content. To be honest, they don't always perform that well. It really depends. But I just don't feel like promoting those events so often unless we start having more things like maybe a 20x. I would want to see something like a catch up mechanic for new players, right? New players need to have more frequent 2x events on speed gear, on regeneration gear, and I don't mind not having it for me personally, because the amount of gear I have is unreachable by a brand new player unless they spend immense amount of time and energy, so which equals money. Okay, the energy equals money. So yeah, this was my rant. I want to see your rant, guys, over in the comments. Well, it wasn't really a rant. I'm not being that negative. I understand the business aspect of raid. It's just it feels like, why are they taking this step so differently? They're trying to alienate their audience, and is this gonna be good for the game? If we see another game that comes in to compete, we've been saying it for years, but if a game eventually comes, it will be easy like that for players to jump ship. But then again, Plarium only cares about, you know, the first $50 or $100. If a player spends that, it's done. They don't care if they leave, really. I would care, because I would want my customers to stay and keep on spending, but maybe it costs them money. I don't know. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. I hope you're having good holidays, guys, enjoying your time with your family. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.